Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Sunday the 1st, also known as New Year's Day. Beautiful, beautiful weather today. It was absolutely gorgeous. Warmed up nicely. Actually got a little bit warm in the sun. It was a gorgeous day though. So got this morning, got a few things done. We were not in a big hurry to get up. My brain was running on like extra overdrive last night, and I think I got maybe 2.5, 3 hours of sleep total, off and on. I was up and down a couple times. Just absolute ridiculousness. It was not the best night of sleep I've had in my life. So went ahead. Sometimes my brain does it. It doesn't shut off. I literally just cannot stop thinking about stuff, and it drives me a little bit crazy. So got up, took the dogs out a couple different times and stuff, and they were. I think I was restless, and they were restless because of it. So went ahead though. Got up. Karen got around. We were just kind of chilling out. Had no real big plans. My original plan was run up here to Rotary Park with the dogs, chill out there a little bit, and then from there come back, grab the kayaks, and then head up do some kayaking. And she said, "Why don't we just take the kayaks and the dogs with us at the same time and say the trip back over here?" So I ended up going to a different park. So I'm going to drive that way. I might as well go to the farther park away, which is over by the tennis courts, and load everything up in the truck. Takes a little bit to get the kayaks and stuff loaded up in there. Wasn't a real long time, but just a little bit of pain in the butt. So I got them all put up in there. Got everything I needed, life vest and granola bars and all that good fun stuff there. Got all loaded up. Load the dogs up. Went to the dog park with the concept of letting the dogs run around and play. Keep a little more wore out. So when we go to the kayaking, they won't be as rambunctious. Basically, why the other two were out kayaking, the one that watched them will have to put in quite as much work. So got there. Unfortunately, no dogs there. Eventually, a little wiener dog showed up in the small dog park, so they chased each other back and forth in the fence. And that guy's dog was not very well behaved. It was just trying to attack my dogs to the fence, which sucks because then my dogs are going to bark back, and it's a pain in the butt. So finally got done there. Weren't there that much longer if the dog was there. We just kind of I didn't like the behavior that he wasn't correcting his dogs at all. So we just said hell with it. We took off. Ended up heading up to Ormond Beach, which is where Richard lives, and he's never kayaked before. He's canoed, but never kayaked before. He's lived, I don't know, eighth of a mile from these little like lake pond things. There's like 5 of them. They're all connected by canals. A handful of years ago, I guess they dug them out in the canals, and now you can kayak or canoe back and forth from each one to, all the way across the whole little area there. And he said he'd been there since like 76, and he's never been on those waters before, so he was pretty excited about that. I think he said he had a picnic there one time, but he's not a park goer per se. And I got there, put him in the kayak on the little loading ramp thing, which I'll probably never use again. It's a pain in the butt. So I got him out there. It was real tipsy because the way the ramp was set up, it wasn't a great design. Got him on the water, got him settled. I hopped in my boat real quick, paddled around. Karen stayed at the dogs. I had him tied to the bench right there, and she watched the dogs while I paddled him around, paddled him over to make sure you could actually get to the next little lake, I guess, pond, whatever you want to call it. Came back, and we talked a little bit and stuff. Came back in there, basically docked my own boat, hopped out, spun the boat around real quick, put Karen out, she's never been in my long boat, so she got in the long kayak and took off, and she did really good. The first little bit, she was a little bit, and the ramp sucks, so it makes you super tippy. She went ahead and she got in it though, and she took off, and she did great. They paddled around for a little about an hour or so probably, and came back up, got Richard out of the kayak. Actually, Karen was coming out first. She missed the dock trying to get up in, so she had to go back around. Richard came up. He kind of missed it. I got him directed into where he needs to be, got him out of the boat, got Karen out of the boat, and then basically I went ahead and just stationed the kayak off the side, so like they had them carry up out of the way, so it wasn't blocking the ramp and else wanted to use it. And then I hopped in the boat real quick, and I paddled all the way through all 5 lakes and stuff, just to kind of see. I wanted to see all 5 to see where they're like, see if it's worth coming back over and actually maybe doing a little more of a longer trip on the outside edges of the island. I love to paddle next to the shore. You can see snakes and birds and frogs and turtles and all that stuff much better up on the bank than you can, including gators and stuff, than you can out in the middle of the water. So I just kind of kayaked across all 5 lakes, came back, and then basically got done. I was gone, I don't know, a little bit less than an hour, 48 minutes I believe it was. I was gone with the counting time of the original. I was out there paddling, so I was on the water for, I don't know, maybe an hour and 15 minutes like that, and had a great time. Put in about 2.5, 3 miles like that paddling. Really just a wonderful time. Karen and her dad were able to sit there and talk. My original plan was once we got back, I was going to have Karen go back out with me and the short boat. We could paddle around a little bit, and her dad could watch the dogs. But then I realized we kind of just invited the dude over, which, I mean, he did get to paddle around for an hour plus, and then, basically sit there and watch our dogs for an hour while we paddle around. But went ahead and just left the two of them there, and I just paddled across the things myself, which worked out good because I could paddle a lot faster and just kind of bust butt over there and see what it was. And it's a beautiful area. I'm definitely going back. The one of them's big enough. They actually have boat ramps and boat docks and like pontoons and bass boats and stuff on the water. And it's the bigger of all of them, and I think the deeper of them. But then it's got a giant concrete pillar there to keep boats out of the actual canals, and kayaks and canoes can fit through without a problem. But I think I might head back other Wednesdays once I get my fishing license, and do a little fishing over there, because I think it looks like there was a lot of activity in that water. So definitely super excited with that. We came back, we talked, loaded the kayaks all back up again. Basically headed back home. We got back here, hung out a little bit, got cleaned up, got my run in actually. Mabel's owners came and picked her up after my run and my shower. Great time with them. We got everything figured out here. We ran down to a little town, Titusville, basically, Mims, Titusville, whatever. There is a Chinese restaurant I've seen a few times riding by, and kept thinking I want to stop in there, and got there, and it wasn't great. It was not bad. Wasn't great. I would not, if somebody was like, hey, where are you going? Can you recommend a good Chinese restaurant? I wouldn't recommend it. If they said, hey, can you recommend a Chinese restaurant near me in their entire Titusville? I'd recommend it. So big difference there. The one thing I was like, I asked when I got down, I'm like, hey, what time would I need to be here to have your sushi? Because there was like 7 pieces of sushi left when I got there, and they didn't make more like the whole time. Never brought out more. I was like, what the hell? And they're like, oh, then the barrier of English is horrible. And it was not good. And they're like, oh, you have to come here and stuff. And like, we open at 11, we have sushi all day. And I'm like, you clearly don't, because like, we close at 9:30. I'm like, yes, it's 7 o'clock. Like, it was, when I got here at like 7 o'clock, whatever it was, or 7:30, there was 7 pieces left. So clearly this is not all day. We have to be here at like noon. I have to be here at like 5, 3. What's the cutoff point? And they're like, no, all day until we close. I'm like, you don't. There's none left. And the clearance stuff, and I couldn't get it through their head. I'm like, fucking, I just gave up on the whole concept. So then she told me they could have made me sashimi. They had all the stuff. They just didn't have the rice, because the sushi rice, the person that makes sushi rice went home and ran out or something. I don't know exactly what that theory was. But I'm like, well, put a note out there saying, sorry, we were super busy today, New Year's Day, a Sunday, no less, all that kind of stuff. Put a note out saying, hey, we have sashimi if you'd like it, which I understand at that point. You don't want to just put out a bunch of sashimi, because that stuff's expensive and rice is almost free, and that whole process. But at least make a note that says, hey, if there's something you would like, we could help prepare it. Most people are not into sashimi. I am. I love this stuff. So, but it was one of the things what it is. I think we'll probably go back down and give it a try, maybe on lunch special, a couple bucks. It's like $3 cheaper in lunch special, so it might be worth that. The other thing I kind of thought, when I walked in, I saw they had like sushi by the pound, and I was like, I don't know, $6.99 a pound or something like that. And my thought was, well, if it looks like good sushi, I might just grab me a pound of that stuff on the way home for lunch, tomorrow or the next day, whatever and stuff. And there was nothing, so I couldn't do that. So they lost a little bit of a sale there, but overall it was a good time. Came back, it was worth the drive. We're glad we went down. It was just kind of got us out of the house. A beautiful little drive down there to Titusville. But it was one of those things that I was not over excited about. I'm not going to brag about this restaurant to people when they come down. You have to go eat there. That's not it. Which sucks, because I'm still trying to find that amazing Chinese restaurant. There's one over by there's another one we have and stuff that's superbly cheap. It's like $5.99 for dinner buffet, which is insanely cheap, and it's decent, but it's not good. It's not great, I should say. It's good. It's not great. I'm trying to find that great Chinese buffet, the one I'm willing to drive an hour or 2 hours to get to, that is just phenomenal. That's what I'm still looking for. Unfortunately, I've not found. So, but overall, great day. Get back home, got a few things done, just kind of chilled out, just kind of relaxed since Karen's last night before she gets back to work tomorrow. And that right there is always a little bit of a disappointment, because the vacation thing, we've had a great time. We've done nothing massively impressive, just chilled out and just really had a good time and really had a lot of fun. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.